All right, hey everyone. Today I've got all the biggest news regarding VR and AR over the last week. All the chapters are located down below. All the references are located in the description. Feel free to go check out whatever specific information you want. I hope you guys enjoy. Feel free to leave your reviews and critics down in the comments, and let's jump into the news. So to start, Mark Rabkin, who is the VP of Mixed Reality at Meta, took a visit to Japan to talk about the Quest and some of the developments they're seeing. One of the big points that was talked about was the development of a Spatial App Framework. So what Meta is currently working on, to put it in simple terms, is an easy way for people to take their Android 2D applications, like apps on your phone, and be able to easily translate those into apps that are playable on the virtual reality system. The way it currently works is that developers have to learn a completely new way to develop games in order to implement it into a virtual reality setting. But now what we're going to be able to do is easily take those 2D applications, move them over to a virtual reality headset, and still have the same experience. This is going to be really good for the development of games and VR in the VR headspace, especially on the Quest. There's going to be significantly more apps that are going to be able to be transferred to the VR system, and this should hopefully make the market a lot more competitive and a lot more compelling for users with a lot more specific use cases. So the second piece of news is related to the sequel to the Vision Pro, the Vision Pro 2. So Bloomberg's Mark Gurman started talking about the Vision Pro 2. So just to preface, Mark has a strong track record of reporting insider information about Apple. He was talking about the Vision Pro long before they announced it or started acknowledging it as a product. So that's why we're kind of talking about what he says, because he tends to know better than most. So he says that the Vision Pro 2 is set to come out in late 2026. The company is, quote, flummoxed on how to bring the price down on the Vision Pro. I've never heard the word flummoxed before. This is the first time I've heard it in this context. I believe they are just extremely worried on how they're going to bring this price point down to a more of a consumer level rather than a developer level. I think they're really shooting for a $1,500 to $2,500 headset on Vision Pro 2, but they're really concerned on how they're going to bring that price down internally at the moment. The largest cost on the Vision Pro headset is the micro OLED displays. Those displays are actually $350 each, meaning that it is $700 total just for the internal displays. That is already more than the Quest 3, over triple the price of the Quest 2. Obviously, it is a lot higher quality of a display, but I think there are going to be a lot of issues inside of Apple on ways to bring down the price of this Vision Pro 2, because they really hate taking down quality over time. Apple wants to be the quality leader. They want to be the highest end headset possible. So for them to bring this price point down to more of a middle ground where they're not a 7x difference from Meta, I think is going to be really difficult, and we're going to see a lot more news coming out about exactly how they're going to be dropping this price point over the next couple of years. I would guess that they're probably going to release a Vision Pro 2 at a similar price point, maybe $2,500, and then they're going to have a Vision Pro 2S or some sort of small or mini version that has a little bit less features, that's at more of a reasonable price point, probably in the $1,500 range. The third piece of news we have is a little bit of a leak, apparently, about the alleged next generation of Pico devices. So I'll throw up this picture now. Just to preface, the spots that you see on the headset are just a way to kind of mask the prototype and make it a little less visible to the public, a little bit more confusing. From what I'm seeing, this seems to be a little bit smaller than what we saw with the Pico 4. So because of this, I'm guessing that this is a version 4S, not a version 5. So this is most likely going to be a cheaper version of the 4 that's available to a more of a mass market. Quest is doing a very similar thing with the 3 right now. There's been a lot of talks about a 3S coming to the market. I think the Quest 3 is a great option for people who are very interested in VR, but for people who really want to test out the space for a first generation headset, these S series headsets, where they kind of just take off some of the more expensive, non-necessary features of the VR headset, and then keep just the base stuff that's absolutely necessary at a more reasonable price point. So hopefully we'll be seeing more cheap headsets enter the market that still have comparable capabilities to get more people interested into the space. So next update, there were some huge updates to the software inside of Meta's smart glasses this week. This is the Meta Ray-Ban glasses specifically. They just rolled out a multimodal feature across all of US and Canada. This was in beta as of December, but as of this week, everybody in the United States and Canada is now able to use the camera on their glasses as input for their AI assistant. So for example, they have lots of videos about people looking at butterflies and nature while they're on the go, and being able to ask, hey Meta, what butterfly is this? I'll roll a clip of that now.
Hey Meta, look and tell me what kind of butterfly that is.
There are also use cases of people using the ability to translate, live translation on the go. I'll show a clip of that now of Zuckerberg using that feature.
Hey Meta, Look and tell me what this meme says in English.
Sure. Here's what the text in the image says in English. Hey instructor, can I take my protein to the gym? Yeah, of course. No problem.
So there are clearly going to be lots of use cases for this. This seems like the most useful product in the AR space right now. I don't really see anything else that's really able to do this. I mentioned this in my previous video talking about the AI pin, but all these new AI hardware devices are really just what the Meta glasses are doing, but worse, like the Pin and the Robo R1, or the Rabbit R1, sorry. They're basically just Meta glasses, but worse. They're just a worse form factor with less capabilities. So I'm really, really excited about the updates coming out to the Meta glasses. The second update that came out was the ability to now use the FaceTime feature using the Meta glasses. So if you're using Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp, you're now able to use the camera on the glasses in order to FaceTime your friends or family. And then the final update related to the glasses they're releasing a new version called Skylar, which is meant for a little bit of a lower bridge fit on your nose for people whose glasses tend to slide on their face. And we're also getting 5 new colors to the glasses this summer. The next update we saw in Meta regarding AR is a interview done at Android Central with Caitlin Kalinowski, who is the head of AR glasses hardware at Meta. They talked about Project Nazare, which is an internal project at Meta set to release in 2027, which is a next generation of these smart glasses. This is using micro OLED projectors to display a user interface onto the lens of the glasses. Lots of other glasses companies have attempted to do this, but they really have not had a pair of glasses that has reached mass markets, really not getting past that early adopter phase. So we're really hoping that the Project Nazare is going to be able to cross that chasm and make this into a form factor that's sleek enough to where people are going to want to use the AR features day to day. Caitlin Kalinowski said that this pair of AR glasses that they're working on has the same wow factor that the first ever consumer headset, the Oculus Rift, had, which is pretty crazy because, the first VR headset in mass market, that was a pretty crazy thing at the time. So to be saying that this has the same wow factor is pretty tremendous. So to keep going off of the development that they're seeing in AR at Meta, we're going to talk about Reality Labs' growth. In Meta's financial release statements this quarter, it was found that Reality Labs has a 30% year-over-year quarterly growth, meaning that Q1 2024 saw a 30% increase in revenue over Q1 of 2023. Reality Labs makes the Quest headsets, the smart glasses, the R&D towards the AR glasses, and they're developing a neural wristband input device. So this quarter, Reality Labs saw a $3.85 billion quarterly loss, and over 50% of that is apparently going towards the R&D of these AR glasses. So that means that they're spending about $2 billion every quarter, $8 billion a year on R&D towards these AR glasses. So I hear a lot of people when they say that there's no way these AR glasses are going to be high quality because nobody else in the market has been able to do something to this level, especially with a projectors-based system. But I really believe in Meta. They've really pushed everybody's beliefs back on what was possible with VR, with the Quest 2 and Quest 3 reaching mass market. So I'm really excited to see what happens with Project Nazare in the future. Zuckerberg came out recently and noted that he believes Quest will remain the most popular headset even with the release of this new Horizon OS update. Basically, if you didn't hear, last week or 2 weeks ago, Meta released their Horizon OS system for other developers to use. So other companies such as Lenovo, Asus are going to start developing their own headsets using the operating system that Meta built for their virtual reality headsets. This is a very Android approach to operating systems for the virtual reality space, and because of this, a lot more headsets are going to come to market. But Zuckerberg definitely believes that Quest is going to be the most used headset because it's the most general. A lot of these new headsets are expected to have very specific niche use cases. But I think everybody really agrees with this statement. The Quest is the best general headset. It does everything pretty well, nothing amazingly well. So because of that, I think it's going to be the most widely used. And I think everybody agrees with Zuckerberg on this point. A very small piece of information, there were strings found in an update on MetaQuest's mobile app that are apparently going to allow people to post content onto the Horizon feed with photos, videos, and captions. Surprise, surprise, the social media company is implementing more social media. But honestly, a lot of people have been complaining about the Horizon feed. They don't know whether to make it a social media, a news page, a place to find your friends. The Horizon feed is always in front of your face when you open the Quest, but nothing really great has come out of it. So I really hope that they kind of focus this in on something specific to make the use case more obvious for the Horizon feed, because right now it just doesn't seem like there's a really obvious use case. There was some fake news released this week about Apple cutting the Vision Pro production due to weak demand. I find this really hard to believe that the supply chain company wasn't able to properly forecast production requirements. Tim Cook is literally what he does, is supply chain. I find it really hard to believe that they missed production projections by over 50%. That seems insane. I mean, they're Apple. People are buying the headset no matter what the price is. This data has been really inconsistent based on numerous sources. All in all, just don't believe what the info you hear about the Vision Pro related to their numbers, their sales, stuff like that. Apple's going to keep this stuff as hidden as possible because it's not going to look good for them no matter what it is. If they sell a lot, it's going to be like, why are people buying this? There's going to be a lot of returns. If they don't sell enough, basically, Apple knows what they're doing. It would be crazy to say that they don't. So just let them do their thing. Last but not least, I wanted to showcase this developer's full body tracking system that I found on X. Of course, I found this because of Luna reposting it, so feel free to go check out Luna along with Herbst, who is the person who developed this. But this is a full body tracking system available through the web. This I really just wanted to bring up because I wanted to place my bet that within 3 years, the need for external body tracking is going to go away. I think that the headsets are going to be more than capable of really doing a great, guesstimation of where your body and legs are going to be. It's going to be really easy for using AI to use these cameras to track exactly how the legs are positioned. You're no longer going to, move your head this way and then see your entire leg system move off to the left or right. I think that the body tracking capabilities on the headset are going to be more than capable. I don't think these external things such as straps on every one of your joints is going to be necessary. So that's all the news that we have for this week regarding AR and VR. If you guys enjoyed this at all, if you guys saw anything specific that you want to argue with me about in the comments, feel free to. I'm always excited to hear lots of input on the VR and AR space. I love this stuff a lot. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next Tuesday for all the new news.